No one looked at me and said, like this day and age, they'll take you in and they'll tell everybody, stop picking on this person. Back then, they didn't care. The KKK marched in our 4th of July parades. They had to stay 100 yards back, but they marched in it.
Wow.
That's how this town was. And my mom cared about me, but my dad took our soul. And she, did the best she could. I had to figure out I wasn't going to be a punk kid all my life. So the only way I could turn it around was to suffer. I had to build calluses in my brain the same way I built calluses on my hands. So I broke the Ginsberg World Record for pull-ups a long time ago, but I failed at it twice. And I did 67,000 pull-ups in trying to break this record. You got to take everything and throw it away. You have to believe in one thing, and that is yourself. And I'm not saying don't believe in God or what you believe in, but right now, for you to find greatness in yourself, you're not going to find it by looking in a book or by even hearing me. I may give you the spark, but you've got to go inside yourself to find it. And that means you got to be quiet. Shut the fuck up. Go in a room. Stop talking. Search your soul. Search your mind. Search your abilities, and you'll find it. I have a way of going to a place like I did in that race, where all the pain and suffering that they put on top of me in Hell Week, I will reverse that pain and suffering, and I will take your soul. I can't sit here and say, you know what, yeah, I went through Hell Week, and man, it was really hard. No, that motherfucker takes your damn soul, rips it inside out, and then they say, now we're going to fucking start. So then my senior year in high school, it was a totally different David Goggins. All right, there was a lunch table that I wanted to sit the cool guy lunch table, man. I wanted, even though everybody was calling me a nigga all the time, I wanted to try to act like somebody I wasn't so I could fit in. And I sold my soul to the devil, trying to act like, I'm David fucking Goggins. That's who I am. And so I wrote down on a piece of paper, fuck the table, sit by your fucking self. And that's what I did. And guess what happened? My table became a table people started sitting at, because a whole bunch of people in that lunchroom felt exactly like I did. And this is where I got taken souls from. If you look at round 14 of Rocky 1, Apollo is beating the shit out of Rocky. Rocky falls down in this corner. Mickey's saying, stay down, stay down. Rocky didn't hear a fucking soul. Apollo, after he knocked him down, turns around, hands in the air, like I finally knocked down this animal.
Right.
Apollo doesn't know it, but Rocky's getting up. Apollo turns around the second Rocky gets up. And Apollo looks at Rocky, and Apollo looks at him with a look of like Rocky just took his soul. Apollo shakes his head, and Rocky has his gloves and he motions towards Apollo. Come on, motherfucker, I'm still here. And this song comes on that I played. So when I broke the Ginsberg World Records, it took me 17 hours to do 4,030 pull-ups. I listened to one song for 17 hours. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. I listened to that song for 17 hours. Wow. Non-stop, on repeat. In that round, when Rocky gets knocked down, and Mickey's saying, stay down, and he's getting up, Apollo Creed thinks that he knocked him out. So I have this thing called taking souls, okay? And when you see Apollo Creed turns around, arms in the air, I fucking got him. Do you see when he turns around and he sees, because Apollo Creed knows I was fucking this dude up.
Yep.
He kept coming after me, and I finally knocked him down. When he turns around and looks at Rocky and he says, and watches him get up, and Rocky gets his gloves and motions him to come to him, Apollo puts his head down and just goes like this. It's not so much Rocky getting up, that's big for me. Apollo Creed's face became every motherfucker that verbally and non-verbally looked at me, because you know that look they give you when you think that, they may not tell you you're a piece of shit and you're nobody, but they look at you almost like, you poor thing. I got them all. On that, that little wheel you have with everybody's name on it and phone numbers and shit? I got them all in that motherfucker in my head. And I spin that bitch every motherfucking day. And I know right now, whether you hate me, love me, I'm a fucking dick, I'm a this, I'm a that, whatever you want to think, I made it. And I know all of you motherfuckers are looking just like Apollo Creed did, because I just kept getting the fuck up. And all I wanted people to do in my life, I don't care about the fucking money, I don't care about the fucking fame, I don't care if all my followers go away tomorrow. I wanted a lot of people that doubted me to look like Apollo Creed did in that 14th round, because I got back up repeatedly. And when you keep on getting back up like that, no matter how strong the person is that's beating the shit out of you, they eventually look at you and say, you know what, I'm tired. And I just want people to be tired. Just be tired. I want to make you tired. My dad beat me, this happened. I mean, my dad ran prostitutes, man. My dad literally snatched the soul out of my mom. Like, my mom is still battling. Like, after my mom left my dad, and this is what I'll talk about in the book, she got married 3 times for a total of 6 months. You know, I don't go there. And I'm not even going to talk about the guy she married. So this woman was, she's beautiful. She's so smart, all this stuff, man. This guy literally stripped her soul away. And I was a young kid watching it. And I had no soul to begin with. I would always fix these things on the surface level. And so whenever something hard would raise its ugly head, I didn't have any kind of tools to handle it. I'm like, man, I thought I fixed this already, man. But no, I didn't go deep into the dungeon of my soul to say, okay, what is making you a quitter? What is making you a weak man? What is making you afraid? And so that's why I kept on quitting and going back to start, or not knowing how to get through hard times. And that's why I always tell people, I'm not a theorist. I didn't study, I didn't study a fucking book. I literally put myself in a fire repeatedly like a sword. You put a sword in a fire repeatedly and repeatedly. If you keep on doing that, you're going to get a nice sword. And then you keep on beating it. You got to beat the shit out of it. And that's what I am. Yeah. I became that. I said, okay, we can't quit. We got to figure out why you are this pussy. Why are you this pussy, man? What is wrong with you? What's going on here? So I kept on putting the sword back in the daggone fire, and I just beat it harder. And I beat it harder. Before I knew it, I started realizing, all right, man, the brain is starting to get hard. The brain is starting to get hard. You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes and my body light up about things, because I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you. That's what I realized. I was never breaking the soul of anything in front of me. So that's why I came up with this thing called Taking Souls in my book. I started to devise ways to break a soul of a human being, of an object, of whatever's in front of me. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless. So you are feeling that way. I was like, don't let these motherfuckers tell you how you're supposed to feel. No, it's day one, motherfucker. This is hour one. So I was getting my boat crew all jacked up. I said, we're going to take these motherfuckers' souls. So when they had us doing this simple thing that guys are struggling with, Boat Crew 2 was just launching the fucking boat in there, yelling, yeah, you can't fucking hurt us. Can't hurt Boat Crew 2. And I looked on the instructors' faces, and it looked like someone had just fucked with their soul. And I looked at my guys in my boat crew, and I said, hey, guess what? Those motherfuckers aren't fucking tonight. We own space in their fucking head. We own space. They're going to think about us tonight. They're going to think about how the fuck. You're
killing boners.
That's right. That's all you need. You need to look at someone's eyes. You know how it is when you fight somebody and you broke that motherfucker. He's like, oh God, man, I don't want to go back to the next round. And you feel like, my God, I can fight all day. I can fight all day long. That's what taking souls is. But you have to have the will, the heart, the courage to go that distance when you're exactly jacked up. You have nothing. And I tell a lot of people go, what's your biggest fear in life? And my biggest fear, honestly, was, let's say this. Let's say, I don't care if you believe in God or not. I don't care. So let's just play a game with me. Let's say you're God. And we have a big fucking long line of people. And I made it to heaven. I'm 75 years old. I'm 300 pounds. I made it to heaven. I worked for Ecolab my entire life, spraying for cockroaches. That's what I did. But I'm dead. I'm in heaven now. And you're judging us all now. So we're in line. We're all sitting there in line. And you have Adam Brown. He has a big board up. And you're talking to Adam Brown about his life. And you rip it down. And I'm next in line. David Goggins. I see my name. And I see all this shit. And God goes, hey, you say, read this, man. And I'm reading this list. And I'm seeing 182 pounds, Navy SEAL, Ranger School, motivational speaker, changing lives. Okay, man, pull-up record, all this shit. And I'm like, that's not me, man. And God looks at me and says, that's who you were supposed to be. And my biggest fear, I visualize some crazy shit. My biggest fear is that one day I'm going to reach a judgment of my life. Something's going to judge me for what the fuck I was supposed to be in life. And what I want now is that whoever's judged me up there, I want them to have a board and them up there right now getting their pen out. Because, this person who judges you is supposed to know everything. Supposed to know from the time you're dead to the time you're, time you're born, time you're dead. I want this person to be up there to be like this, up there writing more about me, saying, fuck, I know you could do that. I know you can do that. So I want to impress whatever the fuck is up there, whatever's going on in life. I want to go up there and not have anything left on the table. I want to drain my soul of every fucking bit of person I am.
You're
but that's what happened though, Joe, to me. I started looking at people realizing I know something about you because they don't want to talk about it.
Right.
I already know it. If you're talking shit about me, I know you're fucked up. That's why all these cats that come out right now who don't like me, whatever, I'm like, really, man? That shit happened 30 fucking years ago, 15 years ago. You still fucked up about that? Oh, man. I know something about you, brother. See, I get over everything. I'm good. It's water under the fucking bridge. It's the grind does that. That's it. You're not grinding hard enough. If you're worried about something that someone did to you years ago, you're being a pussy to yourself, man. You're not getting out there and squeezing that fucking soul out every day. If you grind hard, man, I ain't got time to worry about your monkey ass. I ain't got time to worry about you, man. Because tomorrow, I got to go back to the grind. And tomorrow, I got to go back to the grind again and again and again and again. I don't have time to put you into the hate bank. There's no hate. It's all filtered out, man, through the grind. People don't get it. There's great joy in the grind. Great joy in the suffer. It totally cleanses your body out, man, of any kind of hate. Makes you grow up. And I'm able to visualize and dream like nobody's business. And I know that I can create a vision that many people can't. And I work for it. So the vision I had was when Apollo Creed beat the fucking shit out of Rocky, beat the shit out of him, he kept fighting. He was a dumb fighter, couldn't read, couldn't fuck, that was me. Couldn't read, couldn't write, just punchy, everything about him. And Rocky Apollo beat the shit out of him. He was in that corner and everybody was saying, stay the fuck down. And him getting up, Apollo Creed raised his arms up in the fucking air, turned around, thought he won the fight. He turns around and sees this guy getting up, and it was the face of Apollo Creed that changed my life. The face of Apollo Creed. It was like, just by that motherfucker getting up, not winning, just by him getting the fuck up. Apollo Creed was champ. He was the best. Rocky had taken his soul, had literally taken his soul. His head goes down. He looks at him like, what the fuck are you? And I was literally hobbling around this track, just walking. No running at all. I couldn't run. My feet were in the worst pain. This is the worst pain I've been in my entire life. Nothing in any training is even comparable to this last 30 miles. And what happened was my ex-wife looked at me and she's like, man, we agreed I'm not going to make the time. I was going way too slow. And at that time, at mile 81, something clicked that I'll never probably be able to do again, when my mind, body, spirit, soul, everything just connected. And my mind knew I wasn't fucking around anymore. It knew I wasn't going to quit. It knew that guy was dead and buried and gone. And I was going to die out here on this fucking 1 mile. For whatever reason why, I was going to get through this motherfucker. I didn't give a damn. It made there was no fucking crowds. There was no trophy at the end. I wasn't even in a race in my mind. It was nothing. It wasn't about nothing. There was no nothing. It was a bunch of people who didn't know who the fuck I was. And it was me against me. And I used all these different dark places to start bringing out light and just fucking going deeper and deeper. Ended up running the next 20 miles. I ran 101 miles. And I ran the next 20 miles, at about a 10:30 pace. And I did 101 miles in 18 hours and 56 minutes. So I started using all these different tools and tactics to get in instructors' heads. And the taking souls, that's where it happened, man. We're Wednesday, freezing fucking cold. Everybody's jackhammering. Everybody wants to, everybody's just wanting to get through it now. Shivering. You can't stop shivering. You're sitting there, this uncontrollably jackhammering. And the instructors take great pride in watching you suffer. They do. In a sick way, it's kind of funny. You were there once as a student. Now you're an instructor. But I knew, how would I be thinking if I was an instructor? I would love seeing this sadistic shit go on. But what wouldn't I like to see? I would hate to see some guys just looking like this is just another fucking day on the fucking beach and go fuck yourself. I would hate to see that. Yeah. So I said, they were harder. Yeah. Everybody's hard. So I said, you know what, man? It's time. I can't fight you. You guys can fuck me up all day long. That's your job. And I love your job. I love what you guys are doing. You guys are making us better. But now I'm going to take the tactical advantage and I'm going to start fucking with you. So I got my boat crew, Bill Brown. I had Chris Kyle on my boat crew, right. American Sniper. I had a couple of hardcore motherfuckers. And everybody right now is kind of like in their own world. Let's just get through this, man. I can't wait till Friday so we can graduate, how we can get going. I said, let's go ahead and have some fun. I said, we're gonna start fucking with these guys. So the evolution here was we just got through with med check. We're stripped down to nothing, and they're checking us out, making sure we're good. Checking for pneumonia, checking for fucked up knees. My knees all jacked up, but they're giving me shots and shit. And I was like the boat crew leader of boat crew 2. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the front of the boat, and I tell our guys, this is what we're going to do. The boat was like on our heads. So all it was, we're supposed to lift the boats up above our head. That's all you got to do. But when you're this weak, you're this fragile, you're this tired, the boat's heavy. So there's a thing you can do when you do boat presses. You can get the boat and like just toss it up and catch it. And that shows like you're jacked up. So everybody's holding the boat and they're shaking and the boat's starting to come down their head and all the boat crews are all lined up and they're fucked up. And I'm looking at that and I turn around my boat crew and say, hey guys, it's time to fucking take some souls. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, we're gonna get you. I go, you see all these fucking instructors out here, all in their fucking jackets and drinking coffee and laughing and smiling and shit. I want their fucking faces to go straight up fucking numb. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna start boat pressing this motherfucker. Just take my lead, trust me, you'll get energy from it. We start throwing this boat up in the fucking air, catching it, throwing it up and catching it, and we start yelling, can't hurt fucking boat crew too. We're yelling our fucking ass off, and we're doing it. And they make us stop, like what the fuck, like stop. I look at these instructors, and their faces literally look like someone just took their soul out. Cause I know where their minds were. Like, they were thinking about themselves. Like, what the fuck just happened, man? I know me on Wednesday, I couldn't have done that. How are they doing it? So the rest of the time, going through Hell Week, it was like we owned it. We owned it.
Right.
Boat Crew 2, we won every single race. We were just dominating. And it was a strong boat crew. And that's where Taking Souls is, there's a few Taking Souls stories, but that's one of them. So Taking Souls is just another way. It's not about hurting the person you're against. It's about finding a tactical advantage in every situation you fucking physically can to get to the next. You're trying to inch further to the goal line. And you don't want to go.
And what is that goal line?
The goal line is whatever it is for you. For me, I want to get through Hell Week. I want to get through Hell Week with my head up high, being strong. I don't know what the goal line is for everybody. My goal line has been very different for most people. But you're trying to find energy and strength to stay in the fight, to continue on until you get that second wind. The second wind is coming, whatever the second wind may be for you. It's coming. But what happens is we get so stressed out that the end is so far away that we just can't find another foothold or another handhold, so we jump off the cliff and we just fall. There's another one, you got to find it. So Taking Souls is one way to do it. No, because once you realize what you get from Ultra, what you get from life, I can apply that now just by sitting here with you. You know, those tools now, I don't need to go out, even though I still do it, and go out and hammer. The hammering part is like, it's like a purging of the soul. You go out there and hammer. Wow. You got to hammer, man. You got to get after it. But now I figured out so many different ways and so many different tools through all of the journeys I've been through just growing up, man, just being mature, just being really mature and not holding on to hate, really just letting all that shit go, man, and starting from scratch and let's go forward.
How do you
I don't even want to say potential. I think that's word used out too much too. There's so much in you that God or wherever the hell you believe in, or if you're an atheist, in you that you have not unlocked, that you walk around with this gorgeous wife or great husband and all this money. You're like, God, I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, because it's about 75% of you is still fucking in there, still chained up because you just didn't want to find your willpower, didn't want to find your soul, your will, your heart, your determination, your guts, your courage. I'm not some naturally God-given guy. I don't have a great bit of talent in anything. So what got me through horrible times was the dark side, was my name is David Goggins. I created Goggins. Goggins is the guy that can take anything you put in front of him. You want to break my motherfucking legs? So be it. I have a way of going to a place like I did in that race where all the pain and suffering that they put on top of me in Hell Week, I will reverse that pain and suffering and I will take your soul. But you've got to go inside yourself to find it. And that means you got to be quiet. Shut the fuck up. Go in a room. Stop talking. Search your soul. Search your mind. Search your abilities. And you'll find it. I can't sit here and say, I went through Hell Week and man, it was really hard. No, that motherfucker takes your damn soul, rips it inside out, and then they say, now we're going to fucking start. I want to die wringing my soul out, everything I have. So everything you say to yourself has to be something that energizes you to the core of your soul. So whenever that weak voice comes, you got to smack it real quick, as fast as you can, because that weak voice is taking the path of least resistance. And none of us want to work that hard, even me. So just remember that, man.
Thank you.
All right. That money and shit, all that material shit doesn't matter. It's what's deep inside the core of your soul that fucking matters. So it was Wednesday, and I talked about it in the book. I'm sure you know about it,
sure.
But for people who don't know about it, I invented Taking Souls because my soul was being taken from me. I felt the energy being drained from everybody in my boat crew. We had 6 guys in my boat crew. I felt the energy being drained, It's Wednesday, and on Wednesday, everybody, so Hell Week starts on Sunday, ends on Friday. And through rumor mill, they all tell you on Wednesday, man, you're fucked up. You're just destroyed. And I've been through 3 of these motherfuckers, man. So I knew that that's the case. But that's the case because through the years, that was just the pass down.
Sure.
So you start to create someone else's fucking mentality. That's right. Yeah. This ain't my fucking mentality. I'm what Tom, Dick, and Joe told me. I'm feeling what they said on board. So now you start to feel that way. You're all defeated and shit. So going through my second Hell Week, I'm realizing, hang on, man. Joe told me this shit. Joe ain't Goggins, motherfucker. Joe ain't Goggins. So this is how I talk to myself, man. I'm like, Joe ain't Goggins, motherfucker. So what you can do now, your boat crew's all fucked up. How you getting fired up? All right, man. So I'm looking at the instructors on the beach, and they're all fucking, they do 8-hour shifts. They have these instructors, 8 hours, they come in, they go, there's 3 shifts. So they're all fresh, and they're all chilling out. Yeah. Parkas, it's nice and cold out there. They got nice jackets. We're all wet and miserable, sandy and fucked up. They got a cup of coffee, and they're looking at us, just jackhammering. I'm like, these motherfuckers are taking joy in this shit, man. I would take joy in it. But I also know that these guys, these instructors are looking at all of us students, and they're reminiscing back to when they were us.
Of course.
And how fucking miserable this time is for them. They're like, I would never want to do that again. There's power in that. There's power in knowing the human mind. So I'm like, okay, roger that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get inside your motherfucking heads right now. They don't know what I'm doing. So I get my boat crew of 5 other guys, me making 6 guys, and the whole evolution now is, all you gotta do is just lift your boat over your head. 6 of us guys, but by this time you're all weak and you're fragile and the boat's coming down. It sounds easy, but on Wednesday, not getting any sleep, the boat's heavy. So now the boat's on your head. It's like, get the boat off your fucking head. You're trying to pick it up. And this is the rhythm. This is the battle rhythm now. Now they're fucking with you. You're tired. You're a fucking zombie. And now they're playing the fuck games. You got them. You got them. The class is cut down in fucking size now. The chinks in the armor. The chinks in the armor. But I'm saying, okay, motherfucker, here we go. I tell my guys, hey, check it out, dude. Follow my lead. Just give me a few seconds. Give me a few seconds of motivation, man. So instead of just having the boat over your head, we're gonna start fucking boat pressing this motherfucker, man. At the top of the boat press, we're gonna loft that bitch. Like, dude, I don't know if we can. Like, just fucking, you can do it, trust me. Just do it for a couple seconds and you'll find strength in it. So I start yelling, you can't hurt boat crew 2! Can't hurt boat crew 2! And my guys start to feed off. So like the boat's kind of doing this at first because some guys are in it, some guys aren't. After a while, man, the whole fucking boat crew 2 is fucking, so boat crew 2, it goes off your height.
Sure, yeah.
The taller you are, it's like a height line.
Right.
So boat crew 2, we're the second tallest boat crew. And we're just jacking this fucking boat up now, man. And me and my boy Bill Brown, the front of the boat, and so the front of the boat is the heaviest part of the boat.
Okay.
And we're just fucking going crazy. And all the other boat crews just trying to just keep this motherfucker up. And we're just jacking it up. Can't hurt us. So now I'm looking, because they don't know what the fuck I'm even doing. Even my boat crew doesn't know what I'm doing. I'm looking at the fucking instructors' faces. And I can see that they're broken a little bit by the mere fact that it's fucking Wednesday and these guys are supposed to be dead. And they're not broken. And I saw a look in their eyes, kind of like the look I saw with Apollo Creed when Rocky got up. The look of like, the fuck? And I could tell a lot of them respected us, but a lot of them also like kind of like that hatred, like fuck you, like that alpha male mentality of you're a little bit, that's right, you're a little bit better than me. You guys are students, but now we became the instructors. In my mind, this is power in your own mind. This is what I'm thinking, that they're thinking. So then I turn around after all that's done, and my boat crew now is fucking jacked the fuck up. And we start just to take over Hell Week again. We lost no races. 130 hours, lost no races, won every fucking race in my second Hell Week. And I turned to my boat crew as we're running out, the boat's in the head, we're all up in the front, and everybody else is fucking smoke behind us. And I looked at them and I said, hey, these motherfuckers will not be having sex for a long time. A lot of us speak in hollow words. I used to speak in hollow words. I don't do it anymore. Everything that comes out of my mouth has substance. It's real. And we all have these feelings in our bodies, in our minds, in our souls. I act on mine. A lot of us who are afraid of something, we allow our minds to choose the path of least resistance, so we go a different route. When I'm afraid of something, it's telling me you must conquer that. Thing. You must do that.
Yeah.
You have to go that way. And most of us don't understand that mentality. We go left and we wonder why we haven't fulfilled something in our lives. It's because we continue to take the journey that is mapped out. And how I look at it is I talk in life like a lot of us in life want to take the 4-lane highway that has road maps and all this other stuff on it, man. It tells you where to go, gas stations. The next 10 miles up, you're going to see a McDonald's, a Cracker Barrel. It's the easy route. Very few of us want to go to the right side.